Yes, people, what's going on? It's McKola and Steve here, McKola and Howson. We are back and we're here to talk about what might be the most boring derby in a long, long time. Steve's face, look, he's going to say something mad, isn't he?
I know Gary Neville said it was boring.
Did he?
Yeah. That don't mean it was boring now. I don't think it was boring. United had a go.
I haven't seen what Gary Neville said, to be honest. I watched it in mute. And I didn't see any of his punditry. I saw Ruben Amorim kind of saying he always moans about everything, and I thought he's done you there, G-Nev, because you do always moan about everything. But what are you thinking? Because I kind of get where you're coming from, I think, but just explain what you're thinking.
I think United this year could put a glass eye to sleep, by and large, right? We have been, and making content about United, being boring's worse than us being shit. Like, it couldn't be harder to make content about stuff when nothing's changing. And, to be fair, there is an element of that anyway today. Oh, we didn't score any goals. Yeah, no shit. We've not been able to do that all year. You got anything else for us? However, I don't think today United were boring. I think we were sloppy at times. Like, every single one of them players on the pitch today had a moment in the game where you're like, yeah, that's why we're 13th.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was
Bruno,
boring.
probably.
Like, the game started off with Garnacho going off on that run. Not boring. And then
was that a pen, do you think? There's been some talk about it possibly being a penalty. I've not seen all the angles, but I kind of felt it could have been on the line. On the line is in the box. But again, I've not seen enough of it. But I saw, I think it was an ex-referee kind of saying that he should have probably had a look at it. Even further.
Yeah, so there was chances, right? Shitloads of chances, if anything. More chances than you needed to do anything about it. Not a lot on target, but lots of box penetration and lots of chances were created. Like, there's a lot you can say about this United team. Shit being one of them. Toothless is another one. Boring absolutely is something you can say about this United team, but I think that'd be really unfair to say that they were boring today. I don't think they were. And the last 10 minutes, we went for it and we just didn't get over the line.
And this proper sounds like a small club mentality, but I suppose this is where we're at right now. But I felt like, I know we lost against Forest and we drew today, so we've dropped 5 points if you want to look at it that way. But I have felt like you're starting to see some semblance of a team coming together. And once you throw in a few new signings like a Paddy Dorgu, we'll see where the manager's kind of going. I don't know if you've felt the same.
Sort of, yeah. I mean, different personnel up front, you might get a goal. I think even if you had Ahmad today, it might have made a difference and you might have got the win. Right, that alone might have been enough to get the win today. But City could say if we had Haaland or if they had like someone like Kevin De Bruyne, I don't know. If they had a player like that, I don't know. If they had a player like that was that good, maybe. Or if they had like wingers like Doku that were dead good or something. If they had players like that they could have brought on or even started and played up front on their own all game. If they had players like that, if they'd had a manager that had a bit of time to settle in and a bit of backing, if they had that sort of thing going on for them, if they had young players that Gary Neville absolutely touches his cock over, like a Phil Foden or someone like that had come through the ranks, if they had that at their disposal, then City could also probably say that if they had £100 million player that they could bring off the bench, that was the best thing in the Premier League and the Championship. If they had those players at their disposal, then I think it'd be fair if City could say if we had those resources available to us. If they had a manager that was rated as the best ever by a lot of people,
if they had spent 200 million in January as well,
in Portugal, then they could maybe say that as well.
Spent 200 million in January. Yeah, all the talks about how crap we are. We are the big news, though, I guess, isn't it? We can't call other clubs small clubs, irrelevant, and then get angry when we're the talk of the town. But
I have seen that said United lacking integrity and class and should be ashamed for calling Phil Foden's mum a slag. There's a couple of things I want to say about that. One,
go on.
I don't know what she did to be the target of the Stretford end today, or if it was just her turn.
I think it comes from that. I mean, she wasn't particularly being a slag in the video, but I think it comes from the video where I think they were at a boxing event. Yeah. I think it comes or stems from that.
Right.
But obviously, she's not got a
But
bag of dicks in her
listen,
hand there.
if anybody knows about integrity and class, it's Manchester City, right?
Yeah.
That they are the shining bastions of both integrity and class and cooperating with investigations. So if anyone's in a position to comment on that, it's absolutely Pep Guardiola. He's absolutely a player that was done for taking drugs as a player, as a manager at a club that's been done for financial irregularities. If anyone can talk about integrity and class, it's absolutely Pep Guardiola. But what I would also say is, I know the game has changed and it wasn't right what happened to David Beckham, but like the response in the media to this is embarrassing.
Mm.
It's genuinely embarrassing.
Also, it's just like football's about that, isn't it? I know. Look, I'm not the type to. I wouldn't go up to Phil Foden and I wouldn't cuss anyone's mom because I believe there's lines and you shouldn't cross them. But football's a bit different, and when you're in a crowd at the football, I think some things should be allowed, and that's one of them.
Do you know what Pep Guardiola's done? I don't know what was in his head when he was like, "I'll put this to bed" in the press conference after the game, right? For starters, Phil Foden's absolutely nibbled like fuck at that, which is the worst thing you can do.
Do you think
But
that's
Pep
where it's come
Guardiola,
from then? So Foden's had a goal. You think that's where it's
in the changing room, 1,000,000%.
Yeah.
I reckon he's been sat there all dead poopy pants, putting his Kangol fleece on. And Pep's gone to him like, "What's the matter with you?" And he's like, fucking singing about my mum and that. So Pep's gone out and gone, "I'll sort it, son. Don't worry." And he's gone out into the press and he said that. And absolutely guarantee that every ground up and down the country is going to sing that Phil Foden's mum's a slag. That's all that he's done.
Can you imagine people who's imagine Rue Van Nistelrooy coming out and going, "Hey, lay off Jamie Vardy's missus, will ya? She's not a grass." Although it is mums, isn't it? And sometimes I don't know, mums are different.
Has anyone's mum ever had it before? I don't really remember anyone
so.
ever getting it about the mum.
I don't think so. Like we obviously used to sing positive songs about Neville, and people used to sing negative ones about him back. But I can't remember there being a mum that's got it.
I mean, people used to sing about Posh Pies taking it up the arse. Listen, if she does, sound. At the end of the day, who cares? But like, there's entire stadiums singing shit about that. I mean,
football's changed, though, innit?
Honestly, I just don't. This is not me sitting here saying everyone should or shouldn't sing about. I've got no fucking opinion on it either way. To be honest with you, I don't care. But fucking Pep Guardiola coming out and saying that, the only thing that's the result of this is it's going to make sure that every single fucking stadium that he goes to sings about Phil Foden's mum being a slag.
I mean, yeah, if it's an easy way to get under his skin, it's a tapping for them, innit?
That's it. That's all football fans do it for, is a nibble, right? The only reason they're going to sing anything about anything to anyone, the whole reason that Jamie Vardy gets "Your wife is a grass" is to get in his head because he's a good player that plays against you, right? The only reason people sang what they sang about Posh Spice is to get in his head and stop him playing well against you, right?
And
all of those players have just carried on with their game. What Pep's done there is basically said, like, Phil Foden just couldn't fucking handle that song, and now every single football stadium he goes to is going to sing it.
What do you make of Phil Foden? Because he gets compared to some of the greats.
Yeah, I mean, he won his first couple of titles on the back of, like, Nick Culkin level of appearances, didn't it? Which is a madness because, like, and that's because the rules and eligibility for a Premier League medal changed. I think he won like 2 on like 4 appearances or something mental like that. He's going to end up with probably like a Scholes or maybe not quite Giggs level of trophies, Gary Neville level of trophies in terms of titles. Could you tell me that he's been anywhere near as integral to those as those players, though? I couldn't.
Also, it's like people always pine for him to be played in his position, right? Which they kind of assume is a 10. But Pep's always played him off the left. Like, Gareth Southgate played him off the left. Like, everywhere he goes, he gets played off the left. So isn't that his position? Like, the excuse seems to be for him, oh, he's not playing in his best position. But he doesn't play there for England. I mean, sorry, he doesn't play there for City most of the time. So I don't know. Pep surely knows best on that
He
one.
seems like he's a player that a lot of excuses get made for, and he seems like people want to accommodate him, but he's never been that guy to. He's never been the big guy at any of the clubs he's been at. He's never been the one to rely on. He's obviously he's a fucking incredibly technical.
Huge talent, yeah.
Yeah, he's a technical footballer, but is he that? There's sometimes you've got mad technical footballers that you play two touch him, he's going to absolutely massacre you. Or if you stick a ball in the air from him, he'll pluck it out of the air, not a problem. But is he a match winner? There's a difference between being a fucking match winner and getting shit done and just being a pretty footballer. And I don't know if he's ever took a step into being like a match winner.
Because surely this was the season where, like with De Bruyne being chronically injured, Haaland being out for a lot of the time and off for, like this was the year for Phil Foden to go, I'm the main man here. And he hasn't done it.
Yeah, the way like
So
Wazza did when Ronaldo dipped and he was like, cool, watch this. Yeah, I don't really know if there's anyone that, or even the way Scholesy grew into like the Cantona kind of role a little bit when he moved on, and he's just not really taken that mantle up at all, has he?
Weird.
I don't know if Pep likes that though. I don't know if Pep likes any player in his team being that guy.
That's why he hated Zlatan, isn't it?
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah, it is. It's like you look at Jack Grealish now, and obviously he'd be buzzing. He's making a lot more money. He's won more trophies. He's completed it. But I think he's a lesser player now than he was before he joined City.
Yeah, he should have been a United player, and he'd have been loved for it. Whereas
I did want him to play for United. Phil Foden should come to United. Actually, talking about.
Doesn't he come from a family of Reds, or is that just like one of those?
I mean, probably doesn't help now that we've ripped into his mom for 5 minutes. Hey, ain't you red? Do you want to come sign for us?
That's why she's mad. That's why she's fighting people.
Yeah, because we're shit. Cantona was there today and Fergie and that.
I wish Eric was here more.
Yeah, he was at FC as well, wasn't he, over the weekend?
I think he's just become a member at FC, yeah.
Yeah, which was...
Surprised it took him a while to do that, to be honest, because he was quite supportive of FC United in the founding. So, surprised it's took him 20 years to become a member, really.
Did you go to the game today?
Yeah.
Did you hang around for the sitting?
Just sang like 2 hours of Phil Foden's Mums. Like,
lads, we hear about the Glazers. No, don't worry about that. Let's finish singing this one. Yeah, because I was there for the one. I think the last one was when we beat Forest at home. Obviously, I was there for that one, but I wasn't there today. I was on the club, so I'm just kind of seeing how it went down. I've seen some images of it, but I've really enjoyed those things when we hang around after the game and everyone. The stewards are, because there's too much of it. The stewards are just stood there like, I can't tell all of these to go, but I really want them to go because I want to go home.
I'll be honest, I didn't know it was happening. I had no idea it was fucking happening, to be honest. And judging by how fucking hard work it was getting through the Munich tunnel, I don't think everyone fucking knew it was happening either. Police let us and City out at the same time. Well done, you fucking knobs.
That's clever, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, 0-0 though, innit? They probably base it off a result, which is mental as well. It was a poor game, but I think that's because in the grand scheme of things, you always expect more from a derby, and there's usually a headline to come out.
Do you know what? We haven't really spoken about the players here. Casemiro actually fucking turned up knowing it was a derby today. Put himself about.
Bruno.
A couple of emptiers early doors, which I'm so here for. People forget about that. Yeah, the game's gone too fucking soft. Stop cuddling in the fucking tunnel. Stop shaking hands. There was a moment where Ugarte and Diaz went at it, and you're like, yeah, just nut him.
Ugarte loves it, doesn't he?
Derby.
Do you think he's good, Ugarte? I'm still undecided.
I don't think he played well today, but no, I think he is good. I just don't think he played well today or last week. He's on a bit of a dip. But he's been largely a good signing. Joe do like, and I know he didn't do well for the goal last week.
Does his name
Mazraoui. Just don't put a fucking foot wrong, Mazraoui. Apart from when he put a foot wrong. But apart from that, I think he's just a fucking class footballer that makes intelligent decisions.
We have got some good footballers to build around, Like
no De Ligt, no Martinez, no Ahmad. Those three would make a difference to that game today, wouldn't they?
Cobby,
yeah.
Are you getting the fear with Cuddy? I ain't got
No,
it. I don't
no.
think he
I
goes.
think
But
it's agent talk. I think his agent's a fucking spanner, and I think he needs to shut the fuck up and just sign the ting.
did you just say Ting?
Ting, yeah. Because that's what he needs to do. He needs to sign the ting.
ASAP. Nah, he does. He does. Anything else you want to chat about? Apart from Phil Foden's mum?
100% ID check for my season ticket.
What?
You got to the 18th to do that, by the way. Unless you've
I've
not
done
had
it.
it.
Oh, wait, I've done it. But what's 100% ID? Check me.
Fucking everyone's getting 100% ID checked.
Oh, yeah, I've done it. It does feel like
I haven't
who's
done it.
storing my passport picture?
Yeah, I haven't done it yet. Why do you want my details? Don't trust you.
We say that, but then, Twitter said they owed us 100 quid. We send them our passport in no time.
That's how you'll do it. If you want fucking doing that, that's what you need to do. By the way, it is £100 voucher.
Yeah, £100 for some United pies.
Listen, here's what we want. We want your date of birth, we want your address, or just a little bit of sample of semen, and then we want your passport number, your national insurance, want all of that shit, but you get 50 quid off.
Do you still remember your national insurance number?
I never remember my national insurance number.
I
I
know
have it saved in my notes on my phone for the occasional time that I need it.
I once got told about it. Remember when you got the red card when you were a kid?
I never got it. Never got
I
them.
got
When you're
that. And it
16,
was in my
everyone was
wallet
getting
for
them, weren't
years. Yeah, it was in my wallet for years, but then I just remembered it, man. Anyway, we've started
they? You
talking
get it
about
on a
national
wage slip,
insurance
and then
numbers.
you've got a wage slip in your house at some point. So you just get off the wage slip, and then you just keep repeating that cycle for the next 50 years. That's how it works.
Remember it. Got to remember it.
Remember.
Yeah, man. Looking forward to this summer though.
Have we booked it yet?
No, we're waiting for Joel to get back, and then we'll book it.
Oh, fucking loser. Fucking
He's
Japan.
back on the 10th, so we'll. Yeah. Everyone's in Japan. I went on Instagram today. Everyone's there.
Everyone?
Yeah, everyone. At least 3 people, apart from Joe, on my thing there, which is quite crazy. Anyway, it's been good to chat to you, Steve. We haven't done this after a game together probably since we stood outside Old Trafford freezing our bollocks off, which was fun.
The sun came out today. That was nice.
It was. When the sun shot. You know what it reminds me of, and it really gets me depressed. The last couple of games at home once we've won the league, and you're just chilling, and the sun's shining, and you draw 0-0 because the game doesn't matter.
It's been a hot minute since we've done that. When was the last time we had a league sewn up? Did we have 2013 sewn up early?
Yeah, it was done early because I think RVP didn't quite. He just kind of stopped scoring after a bit, didn't he? He wasn't.
He went for a period in the middle of the season where he weren't scoring.
Yeah, he was already done. I think was the City game in February.
2013. Oh, I want to say April.
Man City was it 3-2 that? Man United.
Yeah, did we score the free kick?
It was December actually. It felt like the league was done then. We went 6 points clear in December. I think
we kept coming from behind, though, didn't we?
Yeah. So yeah, that felt like it was like one of them February. Remember 06-07 where we beat Liverpool in February, and that was just like, oh man, are we ever going to win the league again?
06-07 Liverpool.
John O'Shea.
Oh yes, I do. That was summer, wasn't it? When was that? February.
I'm sure. Liverpool nil, Man United.
No, it can't have been that early in the day because it was still daylight when the game ended.
O'Shea. 3rd of March.
12 o'clock kickoff.
3rd of March.
Yeah. Do you know, I saw John O'Shea that night, kissed him on the mouth.
Really? On his lips?
Yeah, on his lips, yeah.
There's our headline.
We was in. What was that gaff called? Do you know where Bar 38 is? St. Peter Street in town. It's like the big fucking weird bar. Grand Central Warehouse, whatever the fuck it's called. There was a bar underneath there, and he was out with Giggs and Wes Brown. And even though I did know Wes then, obviously still know Wes now, didn't even fucking acknowledge him or Giggs, and just fucking kissed John O'Shea on the mouth. Bought him a Peroni.
No. I reckon he remembers that. We were supposed to have him on our live show in Dublin, weren't he? And he cancelled because he was at Blues at that point.
Yeah, got a fucking job on that.
We should give him a shout again. He might do something for us. But yeah, anyway, been an absolute pleasure as always. I'll see you through the week, and it's 0-0. Manchester is red. I guess.
Well, it was red anyway. I hate the fact that people try and fucking dictate what colour it is. It's not a pendulum like a fucking election night, right?
Yeah.
Manchester is red is just a statement. Like I've seen fucking loads of those fucking stupid shows that you always end up on. The ones that are arguing about, what is fucking going on with Manchester is fucking blah blah blah, and you'd be like, Manchester is red. You try and say, oh yeah, Manchester's United are worldwide and City are all fucking local. Really? I knew one City fan growing up. I'm from Droylsden, which supposedly is a blue area, which I only found out about a fucking year ago that Droylsden was a blue area because I don't fucking know any.
What made me laugh today, I saw a banner. And look, I'm not from Manchester, so, I know. But it said Manchester is blue, and then it had a Stockport postcode on it.
As they came out, they was all doing it, the fuck off back to London, this city is ours. The best time I've ever had with that, do you know when they used to park in East End car park?
Yeah.
There was a guy that was getting on a coach shouting, fuck off back to London, this city is ours. And then it was like Gloucester fucking coaches that he was getting on.
Also, you're getting a coach to a game in Manchester.
Yeah. We
You
lived in
live down the
Gloucester.
road.
That was the whole thing.
Why Man City fans coming on coaches?
That's the point I'm trying to say.
No, I know, but I know. I made it badly. Sorry. Yeah. Any final words?
Flugel binder.
I'll go and Google that. Actually, I don't know if you should Google. I don't think you should Google that.
Flugel binder.
I just remembered randomly. There used to be this website called Death Clock. If you put your date of birth and name in it, it'll tell you when you're going to die. And I did it back in the day. I wonder if it was wrong.
I wonder if you should be dead by now.
Yeah.
You should Google the word Flugel binder because it's a very interesting origin
Death
story.
Clock, calculate when I will die. Yeah, still alive, Steve. Yeah. What's your date of birth? All right.
I'm going.
Wow. You don't want to find out when you're going to die?
No.
All right, then. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. It's been an absolute pleasure. From me and Steve, we are out of here. Don't forget, Manchester is red. Ruben Amorim's Sexy Reds are going to bring home 21 next year. And Steve. Bye-bye.